I love your score in this movie.
Hi, my name is Shonda Dancy, and I'm a composer for film and TV. Most recently, One of Them Days.
With me, I'm Sarah Bromberg. I was the music supervisor on one of them days. I have so many questions for you, Shonda. I'm so excited to chat with you. What does the process look like for a composer working on a feature film?
Well, in my experience, typically I'm brought in close to the script stage. Essentially, I have a tendency to just hear music when I'm
Mhm.
reading a story or watching visuals. For example, Bernice's theme being the first thing that popped in my head, reading the script for One of Them Days. You start from there and you just start sharing ideas with your filmmaking team. First thing I did was created demos. Just me in my studio with my keyboards and my guitars and my violin and then sharing that with Lawrence or any director and starting the conversation from there. And then after that, you have your scoring session, which is any number of musicians. One of them days I had some of the best musicians, I would say, in the world.
Across your conversations with Lawrence, so I'm really curious when y'all first connected, like what was the initial creative brief on one of them days?
Yeah, well, we first met before shooting, and I
Oh,
read a version of the script. Pretty much, we immediately vibed. So I was like, yeah, like Bernice was like my favorite character, and it's in my head. I just hear this theme. It's like a mixture of like crazy 808 beats with like Igor Stravinsky Symphony of Psalms. Like seriously. So when you think about it, that's like, I don't know, that's like crazy. How's that gonna work? But that's Bernice's theme.
Bernice's theme is my favorite theme, so I love hearing this origin story. That is
Yes.
hysterical.
One of the other cues that I really enjoyed doing was kind of my ode to Quincy Jones because, he had just
Mhm.
passed. And so there's a track called Dreams. It's when Drew gets the awesome interview. That piece, it was like a love letter to Quincy.
Yeah. Did you draw inspiration from the needle drops in the film when you were writing?
When I started scoring, I know Running Away was definitely set in
In the
stone that it
open.
was going to be there. Crossroads of Life was set in stone that
Hmm.
it's going to be there. So, yes, there was definitely some inspiration from that because, those are like old school heart kind of songs. I was definitely influenced by those songs. That's how we made the soundtrack for One of Them Days. Thanks.
Thank you.